kept getting booted to orbit because Wi-Fi chat.
That and
Yes.
heckin'. We went straight into raiding, so I didn't have time because it was like 8 p.m.
Ooh.
This video might as well be a Moist Critical / Penguin Zero style video. We're just getting straight into it and watching the heckin' things because there's no content this week. So extra style video. Bye, Crow. You're
Are you
irrelevant this
recording a
season.
video?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I'm recording these bits.
Oh.
Oh, sister, look at how far we've come. I was always destined to become a queen, and you a knight. Just like that facile human game you like so much. Knights are so powerful there, agile and unpredictable. But there's only a thin line between the knights and the pawns. Do you know which side you're on? Ah, now the witness.
How the fuck does she have both fucking her buffs at the same
It has
time?
an end in mind, and it knows what that means. Your game has always been the attack and trade, the thrill of victory and the agony of retreat. When the means is violence, you're happy to no end. But this game isn't fought to the last knight standing, or even the queen. It ends when the king has no moves left. Not endless fighting, but the end of fighting. Listen to me go on. You've got other problems wherever you are. You've been locked out of your own castle. Mortal for the first time in millennia. As someone recently back from the dead, I sympathize. But before you move to retaliate, just check. What will it mean to be a knight after the game has ended?
Interesting. How is Zebra Ralph mortal?
It's their throne world. If you kill them in their throne world, that's how you permanently kill a hive god.
But that means we wouldn't be able to kill her, right, if she's been locked out?
No, she
Yeah,
has
they
been
can't.
disconnected. She no longer has a throne world. So the limitation of her needing to be killed in her throne world for her to be permanently killed no longer exists.
That's what airs the term.
Look, it's very confusing and my little brain sometimes doesn't understand.
Well, you kind of did do it very, like, check it long after the mission actually ended.
Huh?
If it had happened. When was the last time you did the fun mission for a story?
Before PAX. Like, I know what
Yeah,
happened,
exactly.
but, like, I don't get
Yeah.
it.
So
Well, it
let's
was
say
more explaining what happened.
hive gods have a second heart that is locked, that it's not in them, it's in their throne world. You can destroy the body as much as you want, as long as the heart stays intact, the hive god can come back. But now, because Xivorot no longer has her throne world, her heart is in her body. So if you mangle the body hard enough, the heart won't be intact, therefore she'll die.
Interesting. Where's the lore book? Is it part of... Oh, it's this
Lore
one.
book.
Okay. Wait, do I
It's
have the lore book?
Depends if you got last week or if you got this week's.
Oh, it's entry 8, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's
It's,
story time
what's the
with
name of the lore book?
Shez. Let's read it.
Oh, that one. This is a good entry.
Yeah.
Sabathan flew heavily through the shifting skies of her throne world. I can't read tonight, apparently. She struggled to build speed. Her wings seemed frustratingly stiff following her resurrection. She felt slow and uncoordinated, as if her body was not yet entirely her own. She frowned and drifted to the side, favoring her right and did not see the spinning disc of void energy until it caught her low in the thorax and sent her tumbling to the ground. There was a terrible noise, a flash of purple metal, and then it was over. Imaru materialized in a burst of light. He looked down at Savathun and then up to Saint 14, who stood over her body. Already? Imaru muttered in disbelief. Saint's face was hidden beneath his helmet. The lavender ribbons of his armor swayed and trailed with each heavy breath. It took him a moment to acknowledge the ghost. I heard you were in Vanguard custody, Saint said. I'm not a prisoner, Imaru sniffed. More like an insurance policy. Anyway, I could sense something happened and Eris let me come down and check it out. Saint nodded, his focus still on Savathun. Something happened, yes, he said, and nudging a pile of broken chitin and crumbled wings with his boot. Imaru hovered over Savathun. I'm not even going to ask, he said while channeling his light. Savathun rose to her knees. She took a raspy breath, opened her eyes and found Saint. She smiled, for Saint stopped her. Imaru flew into Saint's face. All right, he shouted. You've made your point. Saint wiped the steaming ichor from his visor
Yeah, Igor.
with a thumb and gestured to Savathun's remains. Again, he said pointedly. Yeah, I don't think so, Imaru replied, and initiated his transmat. Saint suddenly flared with void energy. He threw his palms out to his sides, and a violent ward of dawn dome burst from him. Imaru felt it ripple through him like a pressure wave, disrupting his transmission. He bobbed unsteadily. He was unable to see, but he could feel, and now Saint's armored hand gripped him so tightly that a hairline split ran through his shell. You will bring her back, Saint said. I'm getting a little tired of you threatening to kill me. Oh, of you people threatening to kill me, Imaru said into the muffled void. Saint's fist loosened by a fraction. You will bring her back, and I will give my word that you and she will both leave when I'm finished. When you're finished, Imaru echoed, and then he felt Saint release him. He sensed Savathun's form hidden in the blackness. He grimaced, focused his light, and Savathun began to rise once more. Savathun, Saint said, and killed her again. You are very new to the resurrection as a light bearer. In the beginning, there is a weakness when you come back. Like waking from a deep sleep, from a coma. That is why I can best you. You are still unsteady. You are a hive, and you know suffering. You come back from death. It is nothing to you. But I think maybe you do now know how it feels to be helpless. I will teach you. After a long, long time, Saint was finished. The dome vanished, exposing the Exo, the ghost, and the god to the murky throne world sky. Saint slowly keyed in his transport request and removed his helmet. As he transmatted out, he looked once more to Savathun. This was not for Osiris, he said, his voice hoarse and ragged. This was for me. When Saint returned home, Osiris met him at the door. You were gone a while. That must have been quite the patrol, he said. Are you hungry? And Saint 14, the greatest titan who ever lived, fell into his open arms and wept. Oh.
Also, if you go back up and to every line that Saint says, the reason why it's not one paragraph and it's separated into quotes, that's a pause where Saint kills Savathun.
Oh.
You are very new to the resurrection as a light bearer. Kills, waits for the res. In the beginning, there is a weakness when you first come back. Kills again, waits for the res, and so on. Like, he took his time with her.
Mm. Jesus. Deserved. I'm glad Saint got his moment.
Yeah. That wasn't his need for revenge of for what Savatun did to Osiris. As he said, that was 100% personal.
Mm. Gosh.